What's up guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria and in today's video we'll be making this Bubu gown with front neck design. This is the fabric I'll be working with for this project and I have 2 yards here. So I'll be folding my fabric twice so I can cut out the front and the back together. So this is the first folding and I'm going to fold it again, and I'm folding towards the wrong side of the fabric. So now that I'm done folding twice, I'll be taking the full length of the dress and I'll be using 40 inches plus 1 inch for hemming allowance, that's 41. But if I were going for a long Bubu gown, I would have used the entire length of this fabric, which is usually 60 inches. So the full length is 41 inches and the wideness of the folded fabric is about 19 inches. So now it's time to create the neckline, but first I'm going to be trimming off the raw edges. So I'll start by cutting out the back neckline first, and I'll be using 3.5 inches for the neck width and 1.5 inches for the neck depth. Then I'll go ahead and connect the 2 points with my French curve like so before cutting it out. So now that the neckline is done, it's time to create the sleeve opening, and I'll be using 8 inches for mine. So on the other side, I'll be coming down by 8 inches plus ½ inch for joining of the shoulder, that is 8.5 inches. So I'll be marking down 8.5 inches from that point. And then I'll be going in with my scissors to open it up until I get to that mark. And from there I'll be going in by ½ inch before cutting open the rest of the fabric straight down to the very end. So after doing that, I'm going to be separating the back piece from the front. I'll be pinning it down so it doesn't move before going ahead to create the front neckline. So the front neckline will have the same width as the back, but for the depth I'll be going down by 7 inches, and from the center front I'll be going in by 1.5. So now I'm going to go in with my ruler to connect that point to meet the center front before connecting it to meet the neck width. So this is the shape of the front neckline, and now I'm going to go in with my scissors to cut it out. So now I'm going to be making a small cut at this point right here. So I'm going in with my scissors and I'm cutting at an angle like so. Please do not skip this part as it is very important when attaching the neck design. So now I'm going to open it up and show you how it looks. So now that I'm done cutting, it's time to stitch both pieces together. So this is the front piece, and I'll be placing the back piece to the front piece, right sides facing each other like so. And I'll be joining both pieces by stitching along the shoulders on a ½ inch sewing allowance. After which I'm going to be finishing the sleeve opening by folding it twice to the wrong side like so and stitching it down, and I'll do the same for the other side as well. So I've joined the shoulders. I also finished up the sleeve opening, but before I go ahead to close up the gown, I'm going to first work on the collar. And to do that, I'm going to start by measuring the neckline from one notch to another. That means when taking the measurements, I won't be including this part right here. So I'm going in with my tape and I'm starting from the first notch and I'll be measuring all the way to the second notch. And after measuring, I have about 21.5 to 22 inches. So now it's time to cut out the collar that will be attached to the neckline, and for the collar I'll be using this peach velvet fabric. So I folded it in two and it's going to be 2.5 inches wide, and for the length I'm just going to add about 3 to 4 inches to the measurement I had for the neckline. So whatever measurement you have for your neckline, just add 3 to 4 inches to it. So now I'll go ahead and cut it out, turn it over to the right side and give it a good press. After which I'll notch the midpoint before attaching it to the neckline. To attach the collar to the neckline, I'm aligning the back notch to the notch on the collar. I'm just going to secure it with a pin and pin down the rest of the neck area before taking it to the machine and stitching it down. So I'll be stitching from one notched point and I'm stopping at the other notched point. So I'm done attaching the collar to the neckline and this is what it looks like. As you can see, I stopped stitching right at the notched points. So now I'll be pushing the excess collar inwards. This is where the notches become important and I'm just going to secure that base with a straight stitch. So at this point you can secure the base of the collar and rock the outfit as it is. Still looks good, but I'm just going to go ahead with the rest of the design. So for this part of the design, I'm going back to my velvet fabric and I'll be cutting out a rectangle with dimensions 14 by 12. So the length is 14 inches and the width is 12 inches. So on the longer side of the rectangle, I'll be marking 6 inches and on the other side, the shorter side, I'll be marking 5 inches. So I'm just going to connect the 2 points with my ruler like so before going in with my scissors to cut that part out. So back to the main fabric, I'm placing the design on the right side of the fabric like so. This is how it's going to sit at the front. I just have to fold in the edges and make a top stitch all around. But first I'm going to turn the design over to the wrong side like so, and then I'm going to run a straight stitch across before flipping it back to the right side and folding it in and top stitching all around. So after doing that, this is what it looks like. Let me just say that this velvet fabric was not the easiest to work with for this design. It's very tricky, but I somehow managed to pull it off. It's okay. So now I'm almost done with the dress. All that's left to do is to close up the sides, finish off the hemline by folding it in twice like so, and that will be all for the dress. So guys, I'm all done with the dress. This is the final look. I'm really happy about how it came out. I rocked it to church and I got so many compliments, which made me so happy. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section and I'll respond to it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.